Welcome to our evening solstice ritual. Welcome all. Everyone is welcome at UU. Tonight's a very special service. Our solstice ritual, the longest night of the year. We're going to revel in the darkness and in the hope of the returning light. Thank you for being here tonight. This is the Solstice Carol by the Weird Sisters. A fire is burning, the long night draws near. All who need comfort are welcome by here. We'll dance 'neath the stars and toast the past year, for the spirit of solstice is still living here. We'll count all our blessings while the mother lays down, snow as her blanket covering the ground. Thanks to the mother for the life that she brings. She'll waken to warm us again in the spring. The poor and the hungry, the sick and the lost, these are our children, no matter the cost. Come by the fire, the harvest to share, for the spirit of solstice is still living here. A fire is burning, the long night draws near. All who need comfort are welcome by here. We'll dance 'neath the stars and toast the past year, for the spirit of solstice is still living here. Last line. The spirit of solstice is still living here. Welcome.
Hello. Just making sure that was working. So, good evening. My name is Fawn, and on behalf of the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Fayetteville, I welcome you to this very special service to commemorate the winter solstice. This service is presented to you by Web of Life, which is UUFF's Pagan and Nature Spirituality group. And the group was named for the seventh principle of Unitarian Universalism's. It's respect for the interdependent web of life, of all existence, of which we are a part. Web of Life and today's service affirm the sixth source of UU's living tradition, spiritual teachings of earth-centered traditions, which celebrate the sacred circle of life and instruct us to live in harmony with the rhythms of nature. Web of Life celebrates 8 major modern pagan holidays, all the stations of the wheel of the year. If you like what you experience here this evening, please join us throughout the year for our seasonal services. We would love to have you join us on the journey of the seasons, both the seasons of nature and the seasons of our lives. We are about to enter a sacred time. We are about to make this time and this place sacred by our presence and intention. Please silence your phones and other devices. Our ritual tonight is a participatory experience. We encourage you to sing along during the songs and lend your voice to our calls and responses, and to fully engage mind, body, and spirit. After the service, those who wish to join around the sacred flame, maybe weather permitting, outdoors are invited to do so. Our firekeepers will lead us in a seining smoke purification ritual with the sacred juniper tree, known locally, I think it's more known locally as a juniper tree, but as the eastern red cedar. In the Ozarks, the juniper has been traditionally used as a cleansing and protection plant, and as my family's Christmas tree, always. Its smoke traditionally was used to ward away sickness or evil. We will continue with caroling outdoors before having light refreshments in the lobby. All time is here and now in this sacred space. We honor the old ways on this blessed night, the longest night of the year, the time of the winter solstice. In this moment between time, we honor the mother of darkness and the child of light. We come seeking peace, wisdom, and rest in the darkness, and to call back the light as a part of the ever-turning wheel of life, death, and rebirth. Natalie?
Good evening. Whenever we place a star or an angel on top of a Christmas tree, set up a model nativity scene complete with manger and adoring shepherds, light Yule candles or sing carols, we are celebrating the birth of the divine child. A child of light, born in the depths of winter. And though the deity associated with the sun at this time of year is often depicted as masculine, there are many goddesses around the world known for their connection with the sun. In fact, in Egypt, the earliest sun deities were all female. From Japan to Finland, sun goddesses ruled over the day and were worshipped for their role in fertility and creation. The original Proto-Indo-European solar deity was likely feminine. In Celtic mythology, the predominant sun goddess can be identified as Sul, which was later adopted by the British Romans as Sulis. In Norse and Germanic mythologies, the sun goddess is most well known by her Icelandic name Sol or Suna, which became our name for the sun itself. Like Samhain, Yule is also a thin time, when the spirit world is near. Woden and Mother Hala lead the wild hunt across the sky, gathering lost souls. And it is a time of remembrance. Motranisht, meaning the night of mothers, was the name English theologian, the Venerable Bede, gave to the eve of Yule, a night when gifts of food might be left out for beings from the spirit world, just as we now leave Santa Claus something to eat and drink. Christians would offer food to their own mother figure, the Virgin Mary, but even as late as the 11th century, others expected visitations from women whom they called the Three Sisters. Known throughout the ancient world by a myriad of names, such as the Parcae in ancient Rome or the Norns in northern Europe, these beings were, in fact, none other than the three fates. Those weird sisters who spun the threads of weird man's destiny, or who, as fairies, came to bless or curse a newborn child. By honoring the gift bringers of Yuletide, we honor the earth, the sun, and the rhythms of Mother Nature. The long night is here. Come to us, you spirits. Together let us fill the long night with light, calling all beings to warm themselves at our fires.
Deep, deep, deep into the heart of the winter. Deep, deep, deep into the womb of the mother. Deep, deep, deep where there is no other song, the song of my soul.
Let's do it again.
Deep, deep, deep into the heart of the winter. Deep, deep, deep into the womb of the mother. Deep, deep, deep where there is no other song but the song of my soul.
Again.
you will join me in closing your eyes for the grounding meditation. We pause as the path of the sun reverses, seemingly holding its place for a moment of turning. Let us delve into the gifts of the darkness at the winter solstice. We follow curiosity and contemplation down into the cold earth, taking a journey to the world below the surface. Here, we find acorns cached by squirrels and chipmunks, perhaps to be food laid in store, perhaps to become trees in the fullness of time. We find the burrows of hibernating animals, those who sleep and repair. We find seeds, including some that will not sprout unless they first wait through the frost and ice. Deeper yet, we find the cave of the goddess and the bear's hidden den. Life finds rest and renewal in the goddess's soothing realm of darkness. May those who are weary find comfort in the sacred darkness. May those who are struggling find meaning and companionship this winter's night. May those who are hungry find abundance. Let this be a time of healing. And may the dreams of the dark lead us to share these gifts with one another. Our imaginations rise back to the surface, to the life where cold ground meets the crisp air. Here, we observe life finding its way. We observe animals eating seeds left on the ground, though the harvest is long past. We notice the migrations of birds, natural movements that allow populations to find places where they can thrive. We observe the trees that appear to sleep and yet hold sap that will rise again before spring arrives. We observe that not everything lives through the winter, and yet that has lived returns to the earth, to the goddess, and is transformed. Let this be a time of resilience. May the changing seasons bring new meaning and new insights. May creativity, persistence, lead us to find resources for all to share. May those who migrate find safety, and may there be good news in the wind. May transformation lead us onward. We now lift our imagination to the sky, to the return of sauna on this brilliant winter night. Shifting hours of light and darkness remind us that change is part of the rhythm of the universe. Acknowledging the gifts of darkness, we also look forward to the growing light, a change that brings glimmers of hope. We marvel at the beauty of this time, stars unobstructed by leaves, jewels of the night shining over the land, moon and meteors inspiring us to awe and wonder. Let this be a time of celebration. What joy can be found, let us hold it close, blow on its embers and share its spark. We do not take for granted having come this far. We give thanks for our companions on this journey. Let us now envision a circle of energy, encompassing us all in this time together. We cast this circle to create a boundary of protection. Within this space, only good may exist. The leaves may fall, the grass may die, but the land spirits live. We call to you now, land spirits, to join us in this circle. Though some may sleep, others awake, to face the cold, to bless the earth with the gifts only they can give. Spirits of rock and tree, spirits of running and still water, spirits of earth and sky, the ones who now go to sleep, farewell until the warm time. To those who now wake, once again we greet you as the earth once again enters winter.
This is a bit off script, but I'm very glad to see children here. Brings me joy. Okay. At this time of longest night, in the deep mystery of winter's wonder, we celebrate the winter solstice.
We honor the sleeping earth. We honor the starry skies.
We honor the endless nights. We honor the rebirth of light.
Welcome winter, renewal to bring, to land, to us, to all.
Welcome winter, the spark of life we sing within and round us all.
Please join us, if you will, in welcoming the four directions and elements. If you like, face each direction in turn or simply envision it.
Welcome, guardians of the East, the realm of air, your gifts of sight and wisdom fair. Frosty cold breeze on this blessed night, we celebrate winter and the return of the light.
Welcome, guardians of the South, where fire burns bright, your gifts and passion and spark of light, warmth of the hearth on this blessed night. We celebrate winter and the return of the light.
Welcome, guardians of the West, deep water clear. Your gifts of depth and love draw near. Frozen and deep on this blessed night, we celebrate winter and the return of the light.
Welcome, guardians of the North and strength of earth, your gifts of life awaiting rebirth, deep in hibernation on this blessed night. We celebrate winter and return of the light.
Welcome, sovereign darkness and returning golden sun, starry vault of heaven and blessed shining one, bringing us joy on this blessed night. We celebrate winter and the return of the light.
Welcome, spirits, source of all.
Power of the ancients, to you we call. Moving in us on this blessed night, we celebrate winter and the return of the light.
And at the center, we light our living flame. Please join me with these words. Our light is the light of the sun, keeper of all we love. Our light is the light of all living things, light precious like our own. Our light is the light of the cosmos, keeper of all we know.
Here in the dark half of the year, Mother Hala and Father Woden wonder wide. Woden, wisdom seeker, disguised in furs, asks his riddles. Hala gathers lost souls and rewards kindness with gifts of gold. Their efforts turn the wheel of life, death, and rebirth. For even in the darkness, all things are spinning with joy. As we return to Suna's warming light, hail to you, wise ones, bright ones of wondering, wise, and mothering souls. Enfold us in your love and awaken us to our own inner sun.
All right, if you have something to shake, this will be the time. So I'm going to sing a line, and I want you to sing it back to me 3 times. At the end of the verse, you'll sing it back to me 3 times. Come, Mother Holla, be here now. Come, Mother Holla, be here now. Come, Mother Holla, be here now. 3 times. Come, Mother Holla, be here all right. Now. In the darkness, winds are blowing far to the north. The snow is falling. She shakes her feather bed. See how it flurries. Come, Mother Holla, be here now. 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 Crone of darkness, darkness is keeping. In midwinter, it's you we are seeking. Mother of bears, sleeping warmly. Come, Mother Holla, be here now. 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 Grubbed up, dark your cloak, silver your tresses. Cover the world as the daylight lessens. Sparkle of starlight in your eyes. Come, Mother Holla, be here now. 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 Bless us with your darkness so deep. Grant us dreams as bare like we sleep. Outside is cold, the hearth fire warms us. Come, Mother Holla, be here now. 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 Yes.
Stories about women marrying bears are ancient. In fact, the motif can be traced back about 4,000 years. This particular picture book version of the story is based on the story White Bear Whittington from the Appalachian Mountains. And there's also an Ozark version very similar called The Three Nuts. It is a lot like East of the Sun and West of the Moon, and like the Norwegian fairy tale White Bear King Valmon. Swedish folklorist Jan Ovian Swan concluded that the bear is the most usual form of supernatural husband in Germanic and Slavonic areas. If you look for the symbolism, you might find hints of the Germanic deities, even here in our version of the story.
A long time ago, in the mist-covered Smoky Mountains, there lived a man with 3 daughters. Nell, the youngest daughter, kept their cabin bright and clean, while Kate and Julia, the older daughters, complained of the long, harsh winter that kept them cabin-bound.
When the snows began to melt, the father planned a trip to town. "What shall I bring you, daughters?" he asked. "New gown," shrieked Kate. "Bring me a silken gown the color of every bird that flies." Julia clapped her hands and cried, "Bring me a silken gown too, one the color of every flower on the mountain." Nell knew her father was too poor to buy silken gowns for all. "If you should see a Christmas rose that still blooms in the melting snow, I would dearly love one," said Nell. The father bought the silken dresses, even though it meant less food. On the way home, he searched the mountainside for Christmas roses. At dusk, as the mists began to gather, he finally saw a patch of the creamy white flowers. He reached down to pluck one. Suddenly, a voice called out, "Break them not!" The father was startled, but he saw no one. Often there were strange echoes in the mountain. He broke the largest rose, and the voice cried again, "Now you owe me. Now sealed is your fate. Now you must give me what you meet at the gate."
The old man hurried home with the gifts for his daughters. Who would want the old dog that always met him at the gate? It was dark when the father reached the cabin, and standing by the gate was Nell, holding a candle to light his way. "Go back, dear Nell," he called. But Nell rushed forward and hugged her father. "You brought my rose," she cried. They hurried into the cabin, while Kate and Julia tried on their silk dresses. Her father told Nell about the strange voice of the roses. "I'm sure you imagined it," said Nell. Just then, there was a loud rapping at the gate. A voice called out, "Now sealed is your fate. Now you must give me what you met at the gate." "Send out the dog. He'll chase it away," said Julia, but the old dog whimpered and hid behind the cabin. The voice called again, "Now sealed is your fate. Now you must give me what you met at the gate." "Come, Julia," said Kate. "Two fine ladies in silk dresses can chase the beggar away." Out they marched into the night, and just as quickly they returned. "There's a frightful beast out there," Kate cried. "What can we do?" "I must go," said Nell. "It was I who asked for the rose."
Nell saw a great white bear, fierce and menacing, standing beside the gate. "Climb on my back," said the beast. "We've a journey to make." Nell was terribly afraid of the huge bear, but she did as he commanded. She rode the white bear's back, past the patch of Christmas roses, over sharp and jagged rocks, higher and higher into the mists that shrouded the mountaintops. Tears fell from her eyes. And as they spilled onto the bear's back, they turned to red stains, like drops of her own heart's blood. On the top of the highest peak, Nell saw the heavy oak doors of a stone house as large as a castle. "Go inside," growled the beast, "and light the candles." The bear followed her in and stood hidden in the shadows.
As Nell lighted the candles, she was amazed to see such a splendid house. But even more amazing, before her eyes, the ferocious bear changed into a handsome young man. "My name is Snow Bear Whittington," he said. "This is your new home. There is a spell on me, cast by the Winter Witch, to punish me for gathering snow roses that she claimed were hers alone. Now half of the time I must be a beast. Would you like me to be a bear by night or by day?" Nell hesitated a moment. "I might truly fear a bear at night. So please, be yourself by night, and we'll make the best we can of the day."
Soon Nell came to love the handsome young man, and her nights were happy, but she dreaded the dawn of each day, when Snow Bear changed into his ferocious bear self. Nell begged Snow Bear the man to tell her how the witch's spell could be broken. "She only spoke a riddle," he said. "It goes like this: when heart's blood spills on purest gold, the spell will lose its desperate hold." "I know not what it means," said Snow Bear Whittington sadly. Nell still missed her family. One night she dreamed her father was ill. The next morning she said to Snow Bear, "I must go to my father." "No," growled the beast, "you may not go." Nell was surprised to see a look of hurt on the beast's face. She realized that even in the form of a beast, he had tender feelings, and she felt sorry for him.
Nell pleaded with Snow Bear the man. Finally, he agreed that she could go. "But you must promise never tell anyone my name. If you tell my name, the spell will become complete, and after 3 days I will remain a beast, by both night and day." Nell promised, and Snow Bear Whittington carried her on his back, down from the highest mountains to the gate of her father's house. "Remember your promise," he said, and loped off into the mists. There was a great joy in the little cabin. Nell's father felt better the moment he saw her. Her sisters teased Nell. "Tell us about your husband," Kate asked 12 times a day. "He must be rich to dress you in such fine clothes," said Julia. But Nell only laughed and said, "My secrets are my secrets."
When her father was well, Nell spoke of returning. "Put my heart at ease," said her father. "Tell me the name of your husband." It broke Nell's heart to see the sorrowful look in her father's eyes. Knowing that she could trust her father, she whispered into his ear, "Snow Bear Whittington." As the words died on her lips, Nell heard a terrible groan, like that of a wild animal caught in a trap. She rushed outside. Snow Bear Whittington, the beast, was groaning in pain. He looked at her and gnashed his teeth and said, "You have broken your promise. You have betrayed me." Then he ran howling up the mountain. As the last rays of sun disappeared, Nell saw the red stains on his snowy back like heart's blood.
Nell went searching for Snow Bear. She soon lost her way in the dark, fog-shrouded mountains. As she cried out in despair, a white bird flew by and dropped a feather in her path. Nell followed the bird all through the night, and in the morning it came to rest in a tiny cabin in the woods. An old crippled woman with long white braids and a face wrinkled and brown as a walnut hobbled to the door. "Have you seen a stranger pass through these parts?" asked Nell. "Oh, yes," replied the old woman. "A young man with red bloodstains on the back of his shirt." "When? Please tell me." "When?" cried Nell. "Only the night just passed," said the old woman. Nell wanted to leave right away, but the old woman would not have it. "Stay a day and a night," she ordered. "But I must find him in 3 days," cried Nell. "Now listen," said the old woman. "You will be my hands for weaving, and I'll help you find your husband in no time."
That morning they cleaned and dyed the wool into bright colors. The old woman gave Nell a pecan made from solid brass. In the afternoon they spun the colored wood into thread. The old woman gave Nell a chestnut made from shiny silver. That night they wove the brightest threads into a shawl with all the colors of the rainbow. The old woman gave Nell an acorn made from purest gold. The next morning the old woman said, "Go now, follow the white bird to your husband, and remember, use your 3 gifts only when you are in grave trouble." With the pecan, the chestnut, and the acorn in her pocket, Nell struck out. The white bird guided her deeper and deeper into the mountains. They came to a raging river, and the bird flew to the other side. Nell could find no way to cross over. She remembered the old woman's words. Quickly, she cracked the brass pecan, and out flew 100 blackbirds. They held a tree limb in their claws, and Nell grasped the limb, and the birds flew her safely across the raging river.
On and on she followed the white bird, up a steep mountain peak that rose into the clouds. Night closed in. Nell could no longer see the white bird or the rocky path beneath her feet. At any moment, she might plunge to her death. From her pocket, she pulled the silver chestnut and cracked it on a rock. Thousands of fireflies burst out, lighting her way through the treacherous mountains. All the next day, the white bird led Nell down from the high mountains into a fair green valley. Nell grew fearful as night approached. The 3rd day of her search was ending, and she had not found Snow Bear. As darkness fell around her, a great weariness overtook her, and she fell asleep. The frantic chirping of the white bird awakened Nell. She followed the bird through a moon-drenched valley to a stream. There a group of young girls were washing their clothes. Standing in the midst of the girls was a man in a white shirt with red stains on the back. Hidden behind a tree, Nell watched. "Help me," cried the man. "I'll marry the one who can wash the stains from this shirt."
Quickly, Nell covered her face and got in line to wash the shirt, but the girl before her washed out the stains and claimed Snow Bear for her own. Morning was fast approaching, and Nell knew that Snow Bear the man would change forever into his bear shape. She followed Snow Bear and the girl down the path to the girl's cabin. Snow Bear began to change, but the girl paid no heed till she reached the cabin door. Then she turned and looked into the face of the bear beast. The girl screamed. As she fled inside the cabin, Snow Bear Whittington groaned and fell to the ground. Nell rushed to him. She snatched the gold acorn from her pocket, hoping this last gift could save the beast. "Dear one," she cried, "do not die. I love you both as man and beast with all my heart." Her tears splashed down onto the gold acorn, staining it as red as heart's blood. The acorn cracked apart, and Christmas roses poured out, covering the great white bear.
Through Nell's head ran the words, "When heart's blood spills on the purest gold, the spell will lose its desperate hold." As she wept, the mound of roses began to tremble, and from the creamy blossoms, Snowbear Whittington, the man, arose. He smiled at Nell and took her in his arms. "Your love has broken the spell," he said. "Come, let's go home again."
Now let's sing about that rose in the winter. This is from our traditional hymnal. If y'all are able and willing, you can stand and sing. Let's do it. All right, on. Here we go. Come sing a song with me. Come sing a song with me. Come sing a song with me, that I might know you're mine. And I'll bring you hope when hope is hard to find. And I'll bring a song of love and a rose in the winter time. Come dream a dream with me. Come dream a dream with me. Come dream a dream with me, that I might know your mind. And I'll bring you hope when hope is hard to find. And I'll bring a song of love and a rose in the winter time. Come walk in rain with me. Come walk in rain with me. Come walk in rain with me, that I might know your mind. And I'll bring you hope when hope is hard to find. And I'll bring a song of love and a rose in the winter time. Come share a rose with me. Come share a rose with me. Come share a rose with me, that I might know your mind. And I'll bring you hope when hope is hard to find. And I'll bring a song of love and a rose in the winter time.
The holly and the ivy, when they are both full grown, of all the trees that are in the wood, the holly bears the crown. The rising of the sun and the running of the deer, the playing of the merry organ, sweet singing in the choir. In the medieval Christmas carol, The Holly and the Ivy, with its powerful pagan flavor, we celebrate two plants that symbolize the rite of passage from death to rebirth. The holly tree was sacred to Mother Holly, the goddess and queen of the underworld, or hell, that same Frau Hulda who did her rounds during the 12 nights. It is said that during Yule she traveled in her wagon to visit houses, and when spinning had been completed and the houses were clean, she would be pleased and give a blessing to the house. Due to its properties to ward away evil, the wood from the holly tree was the preferred choice for magic wands among German witches who worshipped Hulda. Her stories and legacy have lived on in many fairy tales, such as the Brother Grimm's retelling of Frau Holle, and other tales of unnamed witches or old ladies who give magical gifts to those deemed deserving. Holly's natural counterpart and potential rival in the wild is the winding ivy. With its spiraling growth habit, the ivy, like the vine and the bean, implied resurrection, and was the sacred plant of the reincarnated god under his names of Dionysus in ancient Greece and Osiris in ancient Egypt. In the cult of Dionysus, boughs of holly and ivy were arrayed around the doorways at his winter festival. Saturn, the ghost of the old year and king of the Saturnalia, adopted both the ivy and the holly as his own. His club was made of holly, and the nest of his sacred bird, the gold crest wren, was formed from ivy. Holly and ivy together have special significance at this time of year. Both plants are known for their resilience and greenery throughout the cold winter months, and thus represent eternal life. Please rise as you are able, as we welcome the eternal spirits of holly and ivy to join us in this space on the evening of the winter solstice. So this is a call and response. So I'm going to say one line, and then you will say back, the holly bears the crown, the ivy is renowned. There we go. Oh, spirits, we welcome you here. The holly bears the crown, the ivy is renowned. O spirits, bless us with everlasting strength. The holly bears the crown, the ivy is renowned.
Now is the time of the wild winter revelers. You saw them, right? Now is the time of the bellsnickel. He made his way from southern Germany to Pennsylvania and the Appalachians. And now he's coming here. But who is he? And how old is bellsnickel? Bellsnickel's earliest roots are in the ancient mythological archetype of the wild man, which influenced a wide range of legendary personas and characters. He is old as time immemorial. In fact, he's so old, he doesn't even remember his age. His earliest memory is waking up after a long winter's nap at the end of an ice age. He comes at the coldest, darkest time of the year, at the Festival of Lights, to drive the cold winter darkness out of our hearts. According to the American heathen tradition of Erleway, bellsnickel is an aspect of Woden, the shady seeker who rewards wisdom and punishes ignorance. In times long past, his punishments were a light lashing with a birch switch, a tree associated with new beginnings, the new year, and purification. And so, He presents the dark side of life, and teaches us to use our intelligence and skill to deal with life's ups and downs. His rewards were candy and nuts strewn out for the children to grab as he made his exit. Oh, who would that be?
I've lost my switch somewhere. Oh, well, no need for that with a group of Yuletide carolers like you. Now tell me, are you impish or admirable?
Admirable. Impish.
Ah, well, I admire your spirit. Impish or admirable? Are you sure? Not surprising. And now that I have spread my Christmas blessings and sweets, I would like to sing with you all. But only if Belschnickel is invited. Well, what do you say?
Please join us in singing back the sun. Great traveler from the north, he who wears furs, thank you for your blessings of merriment. Join us in turning the wheel of the year and singing back the sun.
We now light our festive fire and turn the wheel of the year to celebrate the changing of the seasons. This wheel symbolizes the complete cycle of the 4 seasons, represented by 4 candles. For our ancient ancestors and for us today, ritual celebrations help us internalize the changes of the seasons and to live in harmony with nature's rhythms, to not only have reverence for the natural world, but to feel it reflected in our hearts and minds as well. The wheel of the sun turns in the sky, the seasons circle round, and the turning gears of life roll on. Let us join in the circling and be at one with nature's cycles. If you would, join now in our call and response. As we kindle the new fire, we all hope for many blessings in the new year. We turn the wheel, disperse the gloom, call forth the sun from the rich earth's womb. We turn the wheel of death and birth. We change the seasons of the earth. We turn the wheel to beckon the light, to summon the sun from the womb of night. Join us now as we sing and dance to beckon back the sun.
Round and round the earth is turning, turning always round till morning, and from morning round till night. Round and round the earth is turning, turning always
holds the dark. Weave us the earth that feels the spark. Round and round the earth is turning, turning, always round till morning, and from morning round to night. Round and round the earth is turning, turning, always round till morning, and from morning round to night. Powerful song of radiant light, weave us a web that spins the night. Web of stars that holds the dark, weave us the earth that feeds the spark. Powerful song of radiant light, weave us a web that spins the night. Web of stars that holds the dark, weave us the earth that feeds the spark. Take it back. Round and round the earth is turning, turning, always round till morning, and from morning round to night.
Light is returning, circle round the sun, back, hold back the dawn. Light is returning, even though this is the darkest hour, no one can hold back the dawn. Let's keep it burning, let's keep the light of hope alive, make safe our journey through the storm. One planet is turning, circle on her path around the sun. Earth Mother is calling her children home. Light is returning, circle round the path of darkness down. No one can hold back the dawn. Let's keep it burning, let's keep the light of hope alive, make safe the journey through the storm. One planet is turning, circle on her path around the sun. Earth Mother is calling her children home.
That was so fun, everyone. You ride across the blood moon, ride across the white lands, the night between the years, black wolves howling, drawing your sleigh. Your silver dress shimmering, your long golden hair streaming. You toss children to barren wives, blue flax flowers to indignant farmers, plump pears to orchards, red stags to forests, jeweled grain to white fields. You sweep away sickness and bring youthful vigor. You are the Yule tree that gives birth to all. Yours is the voice singing in the well.
Please join me as we extinguish the chalice. We extinguish this flame, but not the radiant light of life that burns within us, that we take forth into the seasons, into the world, and into our lives, shining on as the world turns.
Please join us, if you will, in our farewell to the four directions and elements, starting with north.
Guardians of the north and strength of earth, we thank you for the life that awaits rebirth.
Farewell and blessed be. Guardians of the West, deep water clear, we thank you for gifts of depth and love so dear. Farewell and blessed be.
Guardians of the South, where fire burns bright, we thank you for gifts of passion and spark of light. Farewell and blessed be.
Guardians of the East, realm of air, we thank you for gifts of sight and wisdom fair. Farewell and blessed be.
We thank the sovereign darkness and returning golden sun,
starry vault of heaven and blessed shining one.
And we thank the powers of the ancients,
the spirit of life of all existence. We thank the powers of the stars above and the earth below, for this time we have shared our place in the flow. Farewell and blessed be.
May our circle of love and friendship not be broken, but open up as a spiral, winding and weaving as we go forth into the deep and blessed world. And in our going, may we all be blessed with all good things on this day and forevermore. Merry have we met, merry do we part, and until we merry meet again, blessed be.
Woo! All right. Thank you for being here this evening to celebrate the winter solstice. After service, we will head outdoors and gather around the sacred flame, please let it not be raining, for a singing, smoke purification ritual and caroling. There are carols on your order of service. They're very small, sorry. I had to fit everything on there. For our Facebook friends, we are not able to stream the outdoor events, but we hope you'll join us in spirit as you can continue to enjoy the magic of the season from home. For those in person, finger food refreshments are available in the lobby, but remember to clean up after yourselves because we don't have volunteers to do that tonight. So, Merry Yule to all.
If anyone wants wassail, there is some in the kitchen. Non-alcoholic.